Welcome to the station, Ashley. How you been?
Hello. Okay.
It's been a while. I remember you from school. You were in fifth, seventh grade, I think.
Yeah, I'm making seven.
Unbelievable. Whoa, look at this. And you're teaching English. Why is that?
Well, it was just like my director when I was studying gave me the opportunity to teach, and I just like thought it was something interesting to have like more experience and also like improve my English. So I don't know, I just accepted.
Here we are. It's been, how long has it been since the first time you taught in a group?
I began teaching like in the year 2020 or 20 or 21, I think. Yeah, something like that. So I have like almost 2 years teaching.
Ashley, teaching English. I'm like, wow, that's unbelievable. To get started, I remember teaching you at McLeod School, and you were top of the class. Where did you study in the afternoons?
Well, I study in the New English system. That is the school that is on the Blessed Michelle.
You took lessons in the afternoon with Saul?
Yeah, well, not with Saul, but with another teacher.
Yeah,
Yeah,
please. During the afternoon,
yeah,
while you were attending in McLeod.
yeah.
Oh wow! Did Saul teach you? Who else taught you?
And I began with a teacher that her name was Caroline. But I began there because actually my English was really bad at school.
Mine was bad at the beginning, and that's what I tell people. That it doesn't matter how low your level is, you just have to work on it. And you were counting. Was it counting right?
Yes. Well, I don't remember her last name, but
Yeah.
I know like her name was Caroline, and I know that I have a lot of good memories of her because she just like her teaching was incredible. She just made a lot of fun with it, and I just fell in love with the language.
Humor helps a lot learning.
Yeah.
You agree with that? Definitely. So, you've been teaching for all 2 years, and how can you contrast, or it's not the same being a student than being a teacher?
Yeah.
How does it feel now being in front of the classroom?
Yeah, well, it is still a little bit awkward, maybe, but through the time, I just like get used to it. But at first, I was like actually really nervous, and I said like, "Well, am I going to be something good for these students, or I'm just bad at teaching?" I don't really know how it's going to be, but I just try it, and like during the time, I get to enjoy it, but also like to know how it's really to be like in the front. And yes, it's something like super different than being the student.
Yeah.
But now I get a lot of things from my teachers and those things.
You know that um, while I was attending high school, basically, well, I was on eighth grade. My best English teacher was Bernarda San de Porres. Back in you were not even born. I was in 90 something, like 94.
Yeah.
And she was the one that had this huge impact on me to get the language. And then I went to Liceo Don Pepe Alvarez and Julian, um, Julian, mierda, Julian me va a matar cuando sepa esa. Whenever he watches this video, he knows that I forgot his last name. But Julian was like one of the top English teachers that I had during my high school years. He was my inspiration, both of them, Bernarda and Julian. They were the people that I look up to. And when I finished high school, I was like, I gotta be an English teacher somehow in my life. So those two were like the spark and plug, my inspiration. throughout your years studying at school, who were those or these or whoever was like, I got this.
Well, I would say that if we talk about like when I was in high school, it was like maybe one that gave me teaching like when I was in first grade from high school, freshman, like that. But if we talk about like when I go to my classes, like the private, like I said, I just loved my teacher Caroline, and I just like it was just something really nice with her, and we feel like close. And but also, I do remember when you used to teach me, and I have a good experience with that. And I just remember one time that we were like trying for the spelling bee.
Yeah.
And
Spelling me. All of us spelling me.
and that was like something, no, I don't know, like really fun. And I get to enjoy and feel proud about myself. So I think those were like the precious time that I got from the English classes. But later than that, I had like my teacher Stalin. That was, yeah, that was,
Sorry. Yeah, you rock.
yeah, that was the last one from my private classes. And yeah, I can say that he was like someone that changed me a lot, and but I got to learn from him. And I don't know, I would say those three like were like the top.
Yeah, it's you know, back in the days when I was teaching your class at CAC school, you know this CAC. Yeah, not most people understand what it stands for. But yeah, that's cool. It was tough because one of the worst scenarios, actually it's not worse, but it's a challenging scenario that we face when we teach at a school, not a private school like you do in the afternoon, but like CIC or any other school, is that we don't have much students willing to attend that class or to learn or to take advantage of it, and it's challenging. And it's different than institutes because learners, they either go to learn or they go to learn. You don't have that many like at school that you have to push them and keep on telling them to do their job and do this and do that. What's the worst teaching or learning English scenario that you've faced, that you've encountered?
Well, I would say that well, I most teach kids, so I can think about like when they don't pay me attention, that it is a lot of time.
How do you get their attention? Do you slap on the table and say, "Hey, you, bitch, I'm talking to you"? You scream not anymore.
No, but I would like to know it. But I don't know. I just try to tell him like with games and stuff, like, okay, we're gonna clap and we're gonna make silence, but sometimes that doesn't work. So I have to change a lot of times my way to do it. But I will say that those are the worst things that maybe happen that made me want to yell sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. And after that, if they pay me attention, I just okay. So now we can play a game or something, and those things.
So since you were young, pretty young, because I remember teaching you, I don't know if it was like 3, 4 years ago. I would say like you're what, 17, 16?
Well, when I first started, I had 17, so I guess not. But it was just like I started in September, so after that it was going to be October, that it is my birthday. So I would say that it was legal because it just was like that long.
Borderline.
Yeah. But yeah.
Look, one of the things that we have to deal with its behavior. Your Since they look at you really young, how do you manage behavior? You play games, you do this, what do you do? Like you said that with the previous question, basically, it's about behavior, respect. How do you get them to respect you?
Well, I will say that with kids, it's I think more easy because I think that when they see me young like them, they feel more close to me.
Yeah.
But I guess that when you're just giving them the classes and they get to know you, and then after that, they see what you can do really, and they got to those things like respect and like good behavior with you. But now that I'm teaching like adults right now,
Cool.
yeah, I think that it is maybe a little bit more difficult
Yeah.
because they see me like, okay, she's really young, or like, oh, is she 16 or something? But it is just the same thing. Like when they get to see what you can really give to them, like they say, okay, so maybe she's short, but she really knows how to do those things.
Yes, and it's important when you stand in front of a class like adults. Basically, you show them that we have what it takes to do the job, and then you get respect out of them without asking for it. Two things: you working, and are you spending all of your time just teaching English? What else are you up to? Are you going to the college? To college? What are you doing?
Well, I'm actually studying in college audiovisual communication too, so that gets really amount of time of me. But also, I'm a dancer, so I go to dance classes during the night some days. So yes, I have to like divide a lot of times. So I got my teaching like Fridays and Saturday, but all of the rest of the days I have to go to the college and do the dance class.
Viewers, if you're watching this video, guys, listen. English, it's easier than what you think. It's easier than 1, 2, 3. You just need commitment and do your job. Don't wait for the teacher to tell you what you have to do, and you have to start discovering on your own some of the things that you need to learn. And this is Los Teachers. Remember to subscribe, like, and share. Ashley, um, try to go back. Picture yourself when you were at school, CIC. If you could go back and change something from the teaching system, any subject, Spanish, English, just choose one, pick one. What would you choose?
Well, I guess that it is like any subject. I think that, and rather than like English, we have like French classes. And I just like, I'm really bad at French. Yes, I just know like 2 or 3 things.
Is it worth it?
Yeah, I just think that maybe those classes were like really heavy to us because that language is like something difficult, but also like the classes were also difficult. So we were like, I don't know if this is interesting to me. So I think like I will change like a lot of things from the teaching, maybe giving more, maybe little games or practices like are more easy to us. So we can get interesting on the language or like putting videos or I don't know, even French movies or something. But yes, it is just like when you are like learning something like that it is not Spanish or art, maybe. So you have to give it to the student like in a more easy way. And that is what I try to do now with my teaching also.
Oh, you see, that's the advantage. You are ahead of many of them because when you were good at school and you were into it, now you know what you have to do to get attention. Cool. But yeah, I agree with that French thing. I'm not saying that it's not supposed to be taught, but man, I have never used it here. As a matter of fact, I was in France. I was in Paris in 2011 and also in Belgium. And I spoke no French or whatsoever. I just said when I was shopping or buying things like, je ne parlais pas français, je parlais anglais. It todo, everything I say was in English. Well, I don't know. So people, they love it. I mean, the language sounds cool and blah, 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 but not like cup of tea. Mm-mm.
Yeah, I also tried to
Yeah.
learn
To figure out the language.
yeah, but it was just like something really hard. And also, like, I just had one teacher that it is just in my memory forever, I think, because she was like really intense. Like, no, you have to learn this language like obligatory. So, um, I don't know. It was just like bad experience with the language. So I think that now I will say that, do you want to learn French? I don't think so. Maybe more Italian give me or something else. So yeah.
I feel the same, like blocked. If I could choose like 3 languages to go and learn it, um, I would go for Portuguese, French. No, what's not French? No, Portuguese, Italian, and maybe German. A little German. You know, maybe a A2, B1 level, but French, man, I can't. That is easy, was, but no, why would you choose? You had a choice to have 3 languages to pick them up. You'd have teachers going to your place and work with you, mentorship and everything. 3 languages, French, French, and French. I know it's not French.
Well, that is a difficult one. I don't know. I think that, well, I always liked like the Italian and I wanted to learn it and I was like trying to do it in Duolingo and those stuff.
Oh,
Yeah, but that didn't work.
Sono ragazzo fortunato. You gotta
Yeah.
move your hands like this.
No, that didn't work, but I don't know, maybe.
Pasta, maybe.
Yeah, maybe that worked.
Yeah. So Italian is one. You have 2 more to go.
It is just something really difficult. Maybe, I don't know, like Portuguese.
Portuguese.
It is maybe interesting, so I can go to Brazil.
Because of the Spanish similarity. Oh, Brazilians, that's the reason.
Yeah, maybe to go there and meet people. And I think maybe Korean.
Korean. Oh, you're the K-pop star. No, not a star, but a K-pop fan.
Not really, but I liked like the country and
You know a lot of K-pop culture, don't you? Wasn't it with those guys that they had a band and they split up?
no, I really don't.
Come on, you know the name. Don't say that you don't. Don't pretend that you know about it. What's the capital of South Korea? You see, you know it. You don't. You just don't want to get. You just got busted.
Yeah.
But yeah, Koreans, people, many youngsters, they are into Korean.
Yeah.
Do you know any words in Korean? My children know a few words in Korean. Do you know any?
Any like art?
Words in Korean. I know
Word.
Kia, I think. Kia and how Hyundai, I think, is Korean. I don't know any other thing.
No, I don't really know. That's what I'm.
Oh, that's what you want?
Yeah.
Guys, remember, los teachers, like, subscribe, and share. This is Ashley Cabral. She's a former student of mine at the CIC school here in La Vega. And you were with us at the school with the CIC. We were on the bake and everything. Great experience. And now you are in the classrooms teaching, which is awesome. What would you tell viewers that they are reluctant and hesitant to dig into learning English?
Well, I will say first, like something that all my teachers always told me is like English just opens so many like things in your world, and like it gives you a lot of opportunities to like maybe get jobs or even to go to places, because when you go like out of your own country, you need to know something else rather than your native language. And I think that English just has a way of help me to that, but also like it has made me like, I don't know, change my perspective a lot, because I now get to understand like a lot of people from a lot of countries rather than Dominican Republic.
Definitely.
And I now can like watch movies and series, and I don't have to put like the subtitles and those stuff. And it is just something that it gets to you, because it improves your languages, your learning, and also you're gonna need it. Like you're just gonna need it anytime. You don't know when, but it's coming. So, so it is better to know more things than your native language, and I just recommend it a lot. And it is a good experience with your classmates when you're learning. So I will recommend it 100%.
Yeah. I have this song just going through my head, the one that goes like, all those kids with the nice kicks, something like that. You better run faster than my bullet, something like that it says. So you that do not speak English, or you just don't feel like, you've got to run faster than English, because it's going to hit you hard if you don't. And so something really important that you said, when you manage the language, listening, speaking, writing, and everything, all the four skills, and you get to watch series in English without the subtitles or the translation,
Yeah.
it's the greatest thing. Because, man, watching series with a Spanish translation, they just,
Yeah.
you don't feel the jokes, you don't feel the vibe. Not at all.
Yeah, and not even like sometimes when you are watching like a movie that you know that it is in English, but you have it in Spanish, it's just like it is not the same emotion.
No.
And so you're just like, what? What is his mouth moving like something else? And he's saying something here. And it is just better to know those things. And when you learn it, you feel like, oh, now I can learn. Yeah, and all of your relatives are going to be like, oh, my daughter or my son,
Yeah.
I knows English. He's going to help me now. Yeah.
Yeah, I have a student that her mom, she's going to travel now during summer, and she's taking her daughter because she's going to a higher level. She's just, her mom is just showing off to everyone. Oh, I'm going to the States, and my daughter is going to be the one that interprets and translate paper for us, which is awesome. So thankful, actually. It's my pleasure for us. It's my pleasure. It's the teacher's pleasure to have you in the podcast today, and that we encourage you guys to study English anywhere. It could be with me, with her, Francisco, Ramon, anywhere. Grab Duolingo if you can't afford a course or something, but get started. Once you get started, things will get easier for you. Señores, todos los teachers, thank you for watching. Subscribe, like, and share. Thank you, and have a good one.
Fully.